Tonight's Eclipse Award ceremony is brought to you commercial-free by John Deere, Keeneland, the Jockey Club, and the NTRA.
Thoroughbred horse racing was hungry in 2024. Hungry for the brilliant and the memorable, with a strong dash of the unusual. All in all, that combination reminded us that we all started as fans, enraptured in the beauty, grace, and exhilarating competition of thoroughbred racing. It was fitting that the menu of brilliant, memorable, and unusual were prominent during the Triple Crown. Trainer Kenny McPeak won the Kentucky Derby with Mystic Dan and the Kentucky Oaks with Torpedo Anna, the first trainer double since 1952. Certainly, the Preakness Stakes had elements of the usual and the unusual. Trainer D. Wayne Lucas's win with Seize the Gray was the horseman's seventh, but one horse having 2,500 owners in My Racehorse is hardly commonplace. Then there was the pedigree distinction of Belmont Stakes winner Dornan, whose full brother Mage had won the Kentucky Derby the previous year. How can you not be a fan of their damn Puka with that double? Fans of close races had their share of them as the year rolled through the summer and fall. We had a traverse of a filly versus colt motif, as Torpedo Anna was edged by the talented colt Fierceness. And Sierra Leone threw off his tendency for near misses with a conquest in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Unscheduled events also helped make the year memorable. Frankie Dettori, he of the joyous leaps and bounds, won a half-dozen consecutive races on one card at Santa Anita. Jockey Flavian Pratt set a record for stakes wins in a year. And Emma Jane Wilson passed Hall of Famer Julie Crone as the all-time purse earner among female jockeys. So here we are tonight, gathered as fans of the sport to fully satisfy our appetites for the remarkable and incredible achievements of 2024.
Welcome to the 54th Annual Resolute Racing Eclipse Awards. Please give a warm Florida welcome to our hosts this evening, Brittany Urton and Lindsay Zarniak.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Wow. All right.
What a
That
room.
was quite the welcome. Loudest table definitely over here. Thank you guys. Appreciate that.
I like that. All right.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you enjoyed cocktail hour. It looks like you're enjoying a lovely dinner as well. Can we give a round of applause, though, for everybody that put together this beautiful room here at the Breakers Palm Beach? It is honestly such an honor and a pleasure to be with all of you here tonight and be standing next to this lovely lady, Lindsay Zarniak. How are we feeling?
I'm great. I'm actually shocked that I'm here, but I'm so excited to be here, so thank you. And I'm pumped to work with
on the
you.
way up, so it was
Same
a really
here.
great way to
It's
start
okay.
the show.
One of us will tonight.
Absolutely, and that'll be a YouTube-worthy moment. As you all know, we are here tonight not only to celebrate excellence in horse racing, but also to remember where it all began as fans. Before the careers, the accolades, the big scores, if you had one, it started with a love for the sport, and that is the thing that unites us all. Earlier this week, the industry lost one of its biggest fans in Ed Bowen. The veteran journalist who wrote the Open that you just saw and did so for the last 53 Eclipse Awards sadly passed away Monday at the age of 82.
And Ed, he was much more than a journalist. He was really a master storyteller. I mean, he captured the heart of horse racing for decades. And he was, as many of you know, a historian. I mean, his curiosity, his passion really helped keep the magic and the excitement of this sport alive for generations. So tonight, we want to dedicate this show to Ed Bowen, and we remember that he became a fan picking up Black Stallion books as a little kid.
We can absolutely cheer for Ed and everything that he gave this sport. So, in honor of Ed, we celebrate the fan in each of us because it all started somewhere. We all have that moment that hooked us. I mean, Lindsay, some might think that you were new to the sport. When was that moment for you?
Gosh, I think like a lot of people in this room, for me, it was my dad, because my dad is a journalist. He started covering horse racing in 1982 with USA Today, and he would tell me the stories. And in fact, he shared this week that one of the top 5 highlights of his career was that article you just saw on Chief's Crown. He wrote in '85. It was a profile, and he was so excited by it. But for my opportunity now to cover this sport, to be able to experience it with him, I mean, honestly, it means everything. And I know that you have a similar story.
My dad is a horse trainer, so I had no choice. But when your dad plops you on top of a pony at the age of 3 and tells you that his name is Little Urton, you have no choice but to become a fan. Oh, Dad's going to love me sharing that hat, right?
The hat.
But it is the common thread that unites all of us. We are fans. We love this game. So remember that when you're getting a little annoyed that someone's droning on thanking everyone that they've ever met. So the particulars, I know you love these. You have 1 minute for an acceptance speech. There's a lovely countdown clock in front of me that's already making me very nervous, and then the hook comes out.
Oh, the hook. Or we have the trapdoor that we've installed this year,
new.
which is real, and it actually could make things very, very awkward for our trophy presenters. And in fact, we want to introduce our wonderful trophy presenters tonight, Maggie and Annie O'Farrell, everybody.
We get to celebrate the accomplishments of many tonight. And 2024, I don't know about you, but it felt like a feel-good year. There were so many moments on and off the track that made you smile, that made you feel proud to be a part of the sport. I mean, we had Kenny McPeak. I saw you welling up in the winner's circle after the distaff. That was special.
It was special. And speaking of welling up, I mean, what about jockey Brian Hernandez's family watching as he brought home the Kentucky Oaks? I love this video. His wife Jamie there with tears. My favorite, though, is Jose Ortiz's son, Derek. He can't take the noise. We love it.
We feel you.
Yes. Really great. Or what about, I mean, the thousands of my racehorse owners who got to watch Seize the Gray make history.
And Straight No Chaser, right? They're along for that ride as well. But the bit that got me was trainer Dan Blacker celebrating along with his wife and 3 daughters, because that is a career-defining moment shared with his biggest fans. Point being, there are so many moments that happen on the track that provide for these incredible memories, and 2024 was full of them.
Yes, so I think it's time to get this party started. Are you ready?
I think so. Are you ready?
Are we ready? All right. I hear a loud yeah over there. All right, to present our first award of the year, the FanDuel NTRA Moment of the Year, we welcome the title sponsor of the Eclipse Awards, John Stewart of Resolute Racing.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this year's NTRA Eclipse Awards. It's hard to believe just a year ago, I didn't know anybody in this room really, and we had only had one career start as a racing team. When we were invited to sponsor this event, the Eclipse Awards, we eagerly embraced the opportunity. This event is a remarkable occasion where we're celebrating the outstanding achievements of our equine athletes and their human companions. As many of you know, my journey began as a passionate horse player and fan, and it's truly an honor to be here with all of you tonight. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to each of you who have warmly welcomed us into the horse racing community. Your support means the world to us, to my family, and to each member of our team. I hope that in time, the broader horse racing community will come to appreciate our passion for the game, our commitment to advancing this remarkable sport, and to continue the work of those that paved the way before us. This evening, I have the honor of presenting the award for the 2024 FanDuel NTRA Moment of the Year.
Racing fans across the country chose the victory by Seize the Gray in the 149th Preakness Stakes as the 2024 FanDuel Racing NTRA Moment of the Year. Over a muddy track at Pimlico Racecourse, Seize the Gray under jockey Jaime Torres led from start to finish, edging Kentucky Derby winner Mystic Dan. The winning moment was extra special for his legion of more than 2,500 owners at My Racehorse Stable, and also his trainer, Hall of Famer D. Wayne Lucas.
Seize the Gray wins the Preakness
88 and still going strong, Lucas became the oldest trainer to ever saddle a Triple Crown race winner with his 7th Preakness winner. Once more, the coach had the horse to seize the moment and claim the FanDuel Racing NTRA Moment of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder and CEO of My Racehorse, Michael Behrens.
Thank you. Wow. This really was a moment. I'm very grateful and honored to accept this award on behalf of 2,588 owners. It was such an incredible journey with this horse. We've been blessed with some good luck in our first few years of My Racehorse. But there was something about this horse that really got this ownership group excited. And it started off with being a son of Arrogate. It was the first horse ever that wound up winning a Grade 1 that was 100% owned by the people, so it really was the people's horse. But I think really what made this special was Mr. Lucas. I grew up 15 miles from Santa Anita, a favorite of mine, a favorite of many in the ownership group. And the way he led this horse and managed it masterfully, the behind the scenes was great. But what he did is he shared it. He was so generous with his time, the updates, the insights, what he gave the inside look of what it takes to bring a horse from a yearling to a champion. He shared it with all 2,500 of us. And I think that's what made that moment so special. We were so connected. So when the win happened and we had gone this journey, we were so emotionally invested. We just kind of went a little crazy. I did. I felt a little bad on NBC when I rewatched it. I still kind of cringed a little bit. But it was great. It was a great moment. So thank you for letting us memorialize this with this moment. Thank you.
Now, one of the key figures of this moment could not
Oh, thank you. Already got a shush.
Sorry, well, you got to keep him in line. All right, one of the key figures in this moment could not be with us this evening, and of course that is legendary D. Wayne Lucas himself. He's busy working down at Oaklawn Park, but he was deeply touched by this honor and asked for us to share this message.
Occasionally a horse comes along in your barn that's just a joy to train, but more importantly, a horse comes along in your barn that captures the imagination of the public and those 2,000 plus people that were involved in the ownership. What a joy to be around this horse and what he had meant to so many people. And thank you to the committee for making that moment special tonight for him.
I thought it is the coach. And it was so cool because he talked about not only feeling the joy for the fans, but Lucas mentioned how it meant so much to him having fellow trainers come over and congratulate him. So a very cool moment.
A living legend for sure. All right, we are off and running, and we're going to do our best to make this a sprint, not a marathon. So help us help you. And I've noticed after... Yeah. Oh, how's that? Is that better? Going to have to adjust this because I'm so short. I have heard, though, in past experiences...
You're fun size.
I am fun
size.
That's
what Brittany said.
In past experiences, a successful show is when somebody says to you right afterwards, God, that was so fast.
Perfect.
So that's our goal tonight. Okay. So at breakneck speed, we will make our way to the final award of the night, which is, of course, Horse of the Year. It's something we either announce before the show or dabble it throughout, but we don't want to keep you waiting.
No, and of course, we did not want to keep you on pins and needles any longer. The first finalist for Horse of the Year is described by his owner as a great analogy for life. His owner went on to share, nothing's ever a straight line, nothing is ever straight up or straight down. The fun part of a horse like him is that you only have to get worried about every other race. He's a special horse. Your Travers winner, runner-up in the Breeders' Cup Classic, Fierceness.
Your second finalist for Horse of the Year is thought to be a star from day one. And after a year of a lot of almosts, he left his co-owner practically speechless, saying each race makes your heart drop. He's a deep closer, and that is a lot to watch, while his trainer had it simply put after he put it all together. He ran straight. Your Breeders' Cup Classic winner, Sierra Leone.
And, of course, last but not least, prior to the Kentucky Oaks, her trainer said, they better bring a bear because I'm bringing a grizzly. It's that tenacity and toughness that made all the difference on the track, but may have been her tenderness with fans, her adoring fans off the track that resonates the most. Your third finalist for Horse of the Year, Breeders' Cup Distaff winner, Torpedo Anna.
Those are your three finalists for Horse of the Year, and how lucky are we that we get to enjoy them once again on the racetrack this year. But let's keep this train on the tracks. It's all yours.
Oh, thank you. So soon. Okay. Older dirt female. Now, I think that would be a great Taylor Swift song. Who's with me, right? It would certainly fall, I think, in her Reputation era, because this category is one that certainly celebrates girl power at its finest. Am I right? Right. I love a category that highlights women as they age well, right? The nominees tonight all have a presence, not just physically, but that it factor that has seemed to sharpen with age. That is true. These fillies or mares represent talent, determination, and resilience. So here now, your older dirt female, beginning with a horse looking for the same end game as last year.
The category for older dirt female has Idiomatic seeking a repeat championship, this time facing Adair Manor and Raging Sea. $2 million earner Adair Manor won 3 of 4 at age 5. Including the Grade 1 Clement Hirsch, and here in the Apple Blossom at Oaklawn Park.
Adair Manor has a 6-length lead, and she is back in business.
In 2024, defending champion Idiomatic added a pair of Grade 1 wins and a pair of photo finish seconds in Grade 1s to her resume. She concluded her year with a repeat in the Juddmonte Spinster Stakes at Keeneland.
No catching. Idiomatic winning the Juddmonte Spinster for Florent Giroux.
Raging Sea began the year with 4 wins in 5 starts before finishing behind only Torpedo Anna in the Longines Breeders' Cup Distaff. Her wins included the Grade 1 Personal Ensign.
And Raging Sea has become a millionaire!
To present the award, please welcome Executive Vice President, General Counsel, and Corporate Secretary for the New York Racing Association, Joy Garner.
Thank you. Throughout the year, the performances of our 3 champion older dirt female finalists have truly exemplified girl power. They've combined 9 grade stakes wins among them. And this year's Eclipse Award goes to Idiomatic.
Older Dirt Female Eclipse Award for the 2nd consecutive year. The Juddmonte homebred daughter of Curlin won graded stakes at Churchill Downs, Monmouth Park, and Keeneland. Trained by Brad Cox, she was ridden in all of her 2024 races by Florent Giroux.
Thank you very much. This is a special day to have a mare that can win something like this twice. I'm looking at it here now, wondering if they'd give us a bigger one in honour of the size of the mare. She is a tremendously imposing individual, but we're very, very proud of her. I'm also very proud of the performance of all of staff and the farm that had the patience with her, the people that recognised her talent from an early age before we could see the swan in the ugly duckling, and then right through the great job that Brad and his team did, the rise that Florent gave the filly. Also very thankful as well for Prince Khaled's family, that they have inherited his passion for the sport that keeps everything going at Juddmonte and keeps us breeding and racing horses like Idiomatic. Thank you.
Congratulations again to the team of Idiomatic. Now, it's a tall order for an Eclipse champion, older female, to reproduce herself. Yet, while none has ever had a foal to win the category, the legacy of one looms large in our next division. Personal Ensign, the 1988 champion, is the grand dam of Steeplechase star Snap Decision. Now, a fixture of the Eclipse Awards since its inception in 1971, Champion Steeplechase Horse celebrates the resilience and versatility of horses competing at the highest level in one of racing's most demanding disciplines. Much like the valiant older dirt females, these incredible athletes embody endurance and courage, reminding us that longevity and heart often define true greatness. Here are the finalists for Champion Steeplechase Horse.
In the steeplechase division, all 3 finalists are Grade 1 winners. The Irish-bred Carloon won 3 races, and his Grade 1 triumph came in the William H. Allen Sport of Kings Hurdle at Great Meadows.
Carloon has won the William H. Allison Grade 1 stakes.
The French-bred La Imperator's win in 2024 came in the Grade 1 Beverly R. Steinman Hurdle Handicap at Aqueduct.
La Imperator is going to win the Grade 1 Beverly R. Steinman.
The 10-year-old Snap Decision is a finalist once again. The descendant of racing royalty won 2 Grade 1 races on the year. The Calvin Hoagland Iroquois Hurdle at Percy Warner Park and the American Grand National at Far Hills.
Galvin Snap Decision, high definition. What a finish. Here's the wire. Snap Decision.
Well, to help announce tonight's winner, we welcome up Jenna Elliott, the Resolute Racing Eclipse Awards sweepstakes winner. She's got some fans, I can hear it. And though total random selection, come on over here, Jenna. Total random selection is very fitting that she's here tonight as she has a close personal relationship with one of the horses. She is the groom of Snap Decision. So you're just telling me, what is Snap Decision like?
He's just amazing. Everything that he wants to do is done on his time, his way, and if he wants to win, he's going to do it. You can see in his races at the finish line when he digs in and he wants to win. He's just incredible.
All right, well, Champion Steeplechase Horse, please do us the honors.
And the winner of the Champion Steeplechase Horse is Snap Decision.
Owned by Bruton Street U.S. and trained by Jack Fisher. A son of hard spun Snap Decision was bred in Kentucky by the Phipps stable.
Thank you very much. It's quite an honor to be up here. Snap has been in our family for a long time now. We're incredibly honored and privileged to have him and to watch his career. Thank you to my partners, Charlie Fenwick, Charlie Knoll from Maribel, Jack Fisher, well done, Graham Waters, jockey Jenna, Ashley, to the other finalists, Paul Willis, Hudson River, Carrie Bjorn, and Arch Kinsley. Congratulations to you as well. There are a few of you in the crowd tonight who also enjoy steeplechase. We appreciate your support. We also want we will be breeding back to hard spun again this year. We're just a huge fan. So thank you very much.
Three-year-olds Cinderella's Dream and She Feels Pretty were 2 of the top 3 in 2 categories, beginning the night by joining the older Moira for female turf runners. Cinderella's Dream didn't make her U.S. debut until July, but she swept up with 2 consecutive stakes wins, including the Saratoga Oaks.
Cinderella's Dream, a stroll in the park, winning the Fasig-Tipton Saratoga Oaks.
The 5-year-old Moira, a Canadian Classic winner at 3, had won the Grade 2 Beverly D earlier last year, prior to her first U.S. Grade 1 score in the Maker's Mark Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf.
And it is Moira! Oh, Canada!
She Feels Pretty ended her year with 2 Grade 1 wins around the country. The final start coming last month in the Grade 1 American Oaks at Santa Anita.
She Feels Pretty is absolutely gorgeous in the American Oaks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Director of Tax Services for Dean Dorton, Jen Shaw.
Our 3 finalists were bred in Great Britain, Canada, and here in the United States. Fans around the world enjoy these amazing athletes in the champion female turf category. And the Eclipse Award goes to Moira.
Moira, a Keeneland September yearling sale graduate, captured the Beverly D Stakes at Colonial Downs and the Maker's Mark Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf at Del Mar for trainer Kevin Attard. Owned by Madaket Stables, SF Racing, and X-Men Racing, the daughter of Horse of the Year Ghost Zapper was bred in Canada by Adina Springs.
Hello. Thank you we're very privileged to be here, and thank you for the voters. Thank you for voting for our Mayor Moira. I want to thank Kevin Attard for doing a wonderful job, great job with the filly for 4 years. Privileged to have Flavian Pratt, unbelievable ride, tremendous ride. Very, very lucky to have had him on hers. I want to thank my owners, my partners, my friends, Tom Ryan, SF, and Gavin Murphy, who's not here, but love this guy. He's one of my best friends, Tom Ryan. Saul Kuman, luckiest guy I've ever seen. He had to be part of our deal. He is the greatest. X-Men partners, there's quite a few of them. The ones that are here, the Horners are here. We got Clay Horner is here. We got Dave Anderson. I'm a little nervous here. But Nick Pellegrini at home couldn't come. The Ploufs couldn't come. Gabrielle. There's John Fielding as well. But anyways, thank you so much, guys. We're so privileged. And Moira, thank you, Moira. I love you. We miss you so much. Thank you so much. What a mare. Love you.
All 3 finalists in the female sprint category faced each other in the PNC Bank Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint, settling the award on the racetrack. Society was on the board in all 3 of her races, the highlight being a Grade 1 victory in the Ballerina at Saratoga.
And Society brought her A-game, and she's much the best in the Ballerina under Tyler Gaffleone.
Soul of an Angel went into the Breeders' Cup with graded stakes wins in the Ruffian and Princess Rooney. She would emerge as the winner, rallying from far back to take the championship race.
It's Soul of an Angel in a huge upset.
3-year-old Ways and Means went into the Breeders' Cup off 3 consecutive graded stakes wins, including the class-defining Grade 1 test at Saratoga.
And Ways and Means is now a Grade 1 winner, handwritten by Flavian Pratt.
To present the award for Outstanding Female Sprinter, please welcome Chief Executive Officer and Executive Vice President of the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Lonnie Powell.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. The NTRA has asked a few of us presenters to relate our journey into this business or how we became a fan. Very quickly, mine was an unusual one. I was a fan from day one. My dad was a jockey. So having your dad go to work and wearing silky pajamas, I called them, was normal to me. But when I became a fan, He rode in Southern California primarily. As a Cub Scout in 3rd grade, he took us on a tour of Santa Anita, and we got to meet Mr. Strube, and we got to go on the buggy that went to the starting gate. But what made me a fan, because I was just a racetrack kid, was we went in the jocks room, and in the jocks room was William Shoemaker, and he asked me to sit next to him, and he put his arm around me while he talked to the rest of the Cub Scouts about what it was like to be a jockey. And then I realized just the magnificence of the sport, and I think I went from being just a member of the industry to a fan after being there with Bill Shoemaker as a kid. It was so impressionable. And I know many of you have so many similar stories. There's just so many reasons to have a passion about this sport, and we love our fans. But on to the matter at hand. Tonight's finalists for the champion female sprinter truly exemplify the very best in speed, power, and class. So now let's see who the Eclipse goes to. A lot of happiness here. Soul of an Angel.
Soul of an Angel clinched her title by winning the PNC Bank Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint at Del Mar. She's owned by C2 Racing Stable, Agave Racing Stable, and Ken Reimer, and trained by Saffie Joseph Jr. Soul of an Angel was bred in Kentucky by Westbrook Stables.
Wow. Woo, baby. It's good. It really is good. First of all, I'm up here because Mark Cornett, who actually found the filly and put the deal together, or the mare to buy her, was a late scratch. So I get the honor of accepting on behalf of the ownership group and the rest of the folks up here. I want to start by saying I know I'm a little biased, but this is a throwback mare. I mean, 41 races, 42 races lifetime. She wins the Breeders' Cup on race 41, campaigned a full year, had 11 starts, wins a Breeders' Cup Challenge race, beats all comers in the Breeders' Cup. And so to me, Soul of an Angel is just that, an angel with a lot of soul and heart of a champion. So this is for her. I'd like to give Saffie and his team, to include the youngest licensed trainer, Rocco, a lot of credit. I mean, they did a wonderful job getting this mare prepped and ready to fire her big shots throughout the year. I mean, you saw Idiomatic was a champion, even running against our bias. We gave her everything she wanted, going a mile and 16. I'd also like to, acknowledge Drayden, great ride, the rest of the partners, and selfishly my wife, who, while she might not love the game as much as I do, she loves me enough to let me indulge. So thank you very much.
What a group. Congratulations, everybody. Well, from sprinter to the category celebrating the student excelling at their craft. When I hear the word apprentice, I, for some reason, always think of Michelangelo, the artist, who spent years learning his craft, living away from home, painting and carving until his fingers bled. He did it because it was in his soul. It was a seed planted by passion, by family, and overall a desire to be the best. Tonight, we celebrate the best of a new generation of jockeys looking to make their mark on the sport of horse racing. Here are the finalists for Outstanding Apprentice Jockey, a category representing the future of the sport, fresh faces, and names that are very familiar.
In the apprentice category, one of the finalists carries a name already renowned on the turf. Eric Asmussen is the son of Hall of Fame trainer Steve Asmussen, himself the product of a racing family. Eric scored his first win in January last year and quickly won the riding title at Lone Star Park. Among his 127 wins was the $300,000 Bet on Sunshine Stakes on Gulfport, riding for his father. Another finalist is Gabriel Maldonado, who began his career as a farrier and then an exercise rider for trainer Chad Brown before making his bid in the saddle. Maldonado won 57 races at the 2023-24 Tampa Bay Downs meeting and purse earnings totaling more than $2.6 million. The final finalist, J.G. Torrealba, fell in love with racing growing up in Venezuela. Determination to be a jockey led him to Ohio and then the strong Southern California circuit. After top 10 finishes at Santa Anita and Del Mar, he moved east to claim the riding title at Laurel, finishing the year with $1.4 million in earnings.
And the Eclipse Award for Outstanding Apprentice Jockey goes to Eric Asmussen.
22-year-old Eric Asmussen is the son of Hall of Fame trainer Steve Asmussen. He rode his first winner January 5th, 2024 at Sam Houston and led all apprentice riders for the year in wins and earnings.
No, I just want to, first of all, thank God. Thank all the owners. Thank all the trainers, to the grooms, to the hot walkers, to the custodians, you know, everybody that helps me live my dream. I get emotional talking about it. I mean, this game means everything to me. Thank you to my family. I mean, I got the best group around me. No. And most importantly, just thank you to the horses. I mean, they're special, and it's an honor. It truly is. Thank you.
Eric, don't run away. Come back over here. I want you to take a look at a video monitor wherever you can because somebody sent a very special message for you.
Good evening. I'm Cash Asmussen, 1979 Eclipse Award winner and proud uncle of Eric Asmussen. Congratulations, young man. Great job.
Congratulations again. I feel like the Asmussens are like the Manning family of horse racing. So, no pressure. We are shifting from the incredible promise of the top apprentice to another exciting glimpse into the future of the sport, the 2-year-old fillies. These young stars are just beginning to scratch the surface of their immense talent, and that's what makes them so thrilling to watch. The beauty of these youngsters is that we're witnessing the early stages of what could be incredible journeys ahead. Tonight, we find out who takes the next step toward greatness as a champion. Here are the finalists for Champion 2-year-old filly.
It's an abundance of excellence as 3 undefeated fillies are finalists in the juvenile filly division. Good Cheer was undefeated in 4 races, punctuated by the Grade 2 Golden Rod Stakes.
Good Cheer holding on to the lead. This filly is 4 for 4.
Immersive matched her 4 wins, but totaled 3 Grade 1 races among her quartet. These top-level triumphs included the Spinaway and Darley Alcibiades before her final headliner in the NetJets Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies.
The undefeated Immersive wins the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies.
Lake Victoria won all 5 of her starts on the turf. She won 3 group races in England and Ireland before her triumph at Del Mar in the John Deere Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies turf.
Lake Victoria, undefeated, has won the Breeders' Cup.
All right, so the Eclipse Award for Champion 2-year-old filly goes to, this is my favorite part, Immersive.
Undefeated Immersive won 3 Grade 1 races last year, taking the Spinaway, the Darley Alcibiades, and the Netjets Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. The daughter of Eclipse Award winner Nyquist is owned and bred by Godolphin.
Thank you very much for everyone who voted for Immersive. It's my honour and privilege to represent Godolphin's founder, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, and accept this Eclipse Award for his exceptional 2-year-old filly, Immersive. I had a visit with Immersive prior to leaving Frigid, Kentucky, and she told me she was very excited about being nominated for the Eclipse Award. But so sad to miss out on not being here at Breakers tonight, but rehab comes first, so she get back on track and do what she loves best, winning. She's delighted to have her teammate, Good Cheer, fill in for her as a super sub for the spring, but she wants her to remember that she's only keeping her seat warm. She also wanted to thank Brad Cox and his team for guiding her on such a successful and undefeated season, culminating in the Breeders' Cup win. And also a big thank you to her partner, Manny Franco, who formed an unbeatable bond together, and tell him not to worry as she'll be back ready to pick up where she left off and continue the winning streak. Lastly, she wants to let her fans know she'll be back better than ever and hopes to see them all in Saratoga, where it all began. Thank you.
In the 3-year-old filly division, the ladylike eloquence in the names of Cinderella's Dream and She Feels Pretty was in stark contrast to the name of the other finalist, Torpedo Anna. Cinderella's Dreams proved all too real in grass races on 2 continents, including a statement win in the Grade 1 Fasig-Tipton Belmont Oaks.
And the oncoming strides of Cinderella's Dream trying to join them. 3 across the course of the Grade 1, and Cinderella's Dream, William Buick, they win the Fasig-Tipton Belmont Oaks.
She Feels Pretty was also looking pretty as she won a pair of Grade 1 turf stakes at the end of the year, including the Grade 1 Queen Elizabeth Challenge Cup.
It is all She Feels Pretty, a dominating performance.
Torpedo Anna tore through distaff divisions with wins in 5 Grade 1 races and was a noble second to Fierceness in the Travers Stakes. Torpedo Anna's final race of the year brought triumph in the Longines Breeders' Cup distaff.
But this brilliant filly's going to take them all the way. Torpedo Anna, what a year for her.
Please welcome the Executive Vice President and Chief Racing Officer of the Breeders' Cup, Dora Delgado.
Thank you. We were so pleased and proud and grateful that so many of the world's finest thoroughbreds came from 5 continents, as well as their fans from around the globe, to compete at Del Mar. Tonight, we have some outstanding finalists for champion 3-year-old filly who combined won 10 graded stakes wins in 2024. The Eclipse Award goes to Torpedo Anna.
Voted a unanimous choice for 3-year-old filly champion, Torpedo Anna is owned by Brookdale Racing, Mark Edwards, Judy Hicks, and Magdalena Racing. She's trained by Kenny McPeak and was bred in Kentucky by Judy Hicks.
Mark Edwards is going to do all the talking from here on. He named her.
That doesn't count as my minute. First of all, I want to thank Kenny for allowing me to be a part of this amazing journey with this amazing filly. Judy Hicks, who took as she described it, a broodmare who has the body of Uncle Mo and the legs of a pony, and to bring this amazing filly to the track. And I want to also thank Brookdale Racing, who's not here tonight. They're the majority owner. And most of all, I want to thank the fans for embracing her. And and also this amazing community, which is a very small fraternity, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. Thank you very much.
Congratulations again to the Torpedo Anna team. Kenny McPeak, everybody involved there. You can clap if you want. Now, at its heart, horse racing isn't just about the races. It's about the profound partnership between the remarkable athletes on the track and the people whose passion brings these moments to life. Owner Peter Callahan, whose Philly Swiss skydiver was McPeak's first champion, once reflected on his Preakness victory with her as the thrill of his life. He shared, "There aren't many things that reach the level of true enjoyment, but this is one of them." And his words remind us of the deep joy and connection this sport brings to so many, but also of the passion and enduring contributions of those we honor tonight. Sadly, Peter is among the many we've lost this past year. This evening, let us remember all those who have helped make horse racing so special. Though they are no longer with us, their dedication, their spirit, and connection to these extraordinary animals will forever remain a cherished part of the sport's story.
It's amazing to remember. John Hendrickson, of course, along with his late wife, Mary Lou Whitney, had such a presence as owners in this sport. The common thread I felt watching that memoriam was the fact that all the men and women we lost this year, they all had a very unique their mark in unique ways on this sport, but also they were all doing something that they truly love. And this sport, in my opinion, unlike others that I've covered, it really seems to have a magnetic pull. It's in the blood. It hooks you. It just makes you dare to dream. I mean, it even wraps its hooves around those already that have accomplished greatness. I mean, take Jason Worth as an example. Worth, where are you? Are you? Oh, he did not. Right, yeah, okay. All right, a World Series ring just wasn't enough, right? No, it's an example of, true story, I covered Jason with the Washington Nationals in D.C., and what I learned about Jason fast is he takes on anything he wants to do with confidence, thorough planning. You see him there winning the Belmont. In fact, he proposed to his wife on a ski lift, so she had nowhere to go, right? Julia's the best. She is the best. But truly, he's now on the owner track, and he is doing awesome, really exciting things in this sport. No matter the sport, ownership, honest, solid leadership is where it all begins. Here are the finalists for Outstanding Owner.
Sheikh Mohammed's Godolphin stable set a single-season record in earnings for owners in North America with more than $20 million. Godolphin campaigned 22 North American graded stakes winners, including Breeders' Cup winners Immersive and Rebels Romance, to be the leading owner, winning nearly 25% of their races in the U.S. Seth Klarman's Klarovich Stables saw his fourth consecutive year with earnings topping $7 million. But with $8 million, he was second on the owners list. Klarovich's 77 wins included 4 Grade 1 wins, including randomized, and 3 others. Third in earnings among owners was Juddmonte, which had been continued by the family of the late Prince Khalid Abdullah. In North America last year, Juddmonte earned more than $7 million, with champion Idiomatic counting for 2 Grade 1s among the stable's 42 overall wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage from the Thoroughbred Owners and Breeders Association, Chairman David O'Farrell and President Dan Metzger.
Many of our TOGA members realize the dream of owning a thoroughbred racehorse by first becoming passionate fans of the sport. We congratulate all 3 finalists in the Outstanding Owner category.
And the Eclipse Award goes to Godolphin.
Godolphin and Darley have now been honored with the Outstanding Owner Award for the 8th time. In 2024, they campaigned Eclipse Award finalists Cinderella's Dream, Good Cheer, Immersive, and Rebels Romance.
Good evening, everybody. Not familiar ground from up here looking at such an esteemed group. However, I am extremely honored to accept this award on behalf of Godolphin. And I want to thank everybody here tonight for making this happen, but most importantly, I want to thank all the members of our team. And most importantly, to everybody on the team, and there are many, and they play an important role. Team Godolphin is a privilege to be a member of, but most importantly, it's a privilege to work around a thoroughbred racehorse. These are our lives, and we are fortunate to be involved with them from their upbringing to watch them grow and mature. This is who we are, and this is what we do. Thank you very much, and for a wonderful evening.
The finalists for Outstanding Breeder illustrate how success can be written on the turf in multiple ways. Brad Kelly's Calumet Farm operation added to its grand history by ranking second in earnings. The leader in earnings was Godolphin, the global operation with some $23 million in United States earnings alone. In contrast, by size but not in quality, were the results from the 6 starters bred by Judy Hicks, among them Torpedo Anna.
To present the award for Outstanding Breeder, welcome the Vice Chair of the Jockey Club, Bill Farish.
Undoubtedly, tonight's finalists for Outstanding Breeder 2024 started as fans of our sport. Each one has a proven track record of producing brilliant thoroughbreds by breeding the best to the best. And the Eclipse Award goes to, real surprise here, Godolphin.
This is the 4th consecutive Outstanding Breeder Eclipse Award and 5th overall for Godolphin, which last year led North American progeny earnings with more than $23 million.
Good evening, everybody. I want to say thank you very much to everyone who voted. Congratulations to our fellow finalists. And I want to echo a little bit what Johnny said. The biggest thank you for us goes to our team back home, who are ably led by Gary Harlow, Ben Lynch, and Paul Seitz. And, you know, it is a team sport after all. And most other teams get to have their practice days where they can maybe sandbag a little bit, and then their game days. Well, these guys bring their game days every day of the week. And that is what is required to get us to a position to be up here on the stage tonight. So, guys, this is all for you. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
Well, as we, of course, celebrate the achievements in breeding, it seems only fitting we turn our attention to someone who has not only been a leader in the breeding and sales industries, but whose impact on horse racing extends far beyond the track. The Special Eclipse Award celebrates those who have made a lasting impact in this sport, and this year's incredibly deserving recipient, Frank Taylor, has helped shape horse racing through his expertise and influence, while also creating meaningful change through his commitment to helping others.
Frank Taylor, a partner in the Tailor-Made Stallion and Sales Organization based in Kentucky, is the driving force behind Stable Recovery and the Tailor-Made School of Horsemanship. Working in tandem, these programs provide individuals ongoing support and find them meaningful employment in the thoroughbred industry. Taylor got the idea for the program several years ago after learning about a central Kentucky restaurant that only employed people in recovery. He explored whether a similar model could work within the horse industry. Taylor launched the Tailor-Made School of Horsemanship, a 90-day program that helps men learn the essential tools needed for working on a thoroughbred farm. Then, along with Christian counselor, Taylor launched Stable Recovery, a program to provide a safe and stable living environment, along with a 12-step program for men in early recovery to regain control of their lives. The peer-driven therapeutic community allows men to live, work, and recover together while helping each other grow mentally, physically, and spiritually. The Noble Project was launched and initially self-funded by the Taylor family, and Tailor-Made, which has grown from a small boarding farm founded in 1976 into a worldwide leader in thoroughbred sales and marketing. Since then, Stable Recovery and the Tailor-Made School of Horsemanship have received an enormous outpouring of support from not only the local community, but across the United States and around the world. The result? In only 3.5 years, the program has assisted more than 100 individuals with finding employment in the thoroughbred breeding and racing industry. Tonight, we honor Frank Taylor, Stable Recovery, and the Tailor-Made School of Horsemanship as the 32nd recipient of a Special Eclipse Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Special Eclipse Award recipient Frank Taylor. And to present the award to Frank, Sue Finley, publisher and CEO of Thoroughbred Daily News.
It's great to be here tonight, and I want to give fair warning. They're giving me 3 minutes, not 1. So don't start booing or playing the music too soon. I'm accepting this award on behalf of the men and women at Stable Recovery who have shown the courage to change their lives worked so hard to become sober and successful. Foremost, I want to thank God for his guidance, blessing, and miracles he has bestowed on this program. I send a thank you to my parents for instilling faith in my siblings and I and showing us an example of how to give back in hopes of making this a better world. Thank you to my wife, Kim, my 5 children, Katie, Joe, Frankie, Gracie, and Chris, for always supporting me in everything I do. Thank you to Sue Finley for her nomination of Stable Recovery for this award, and the NTRA, the Daily Racing Forum, and the National Turf Riders and Broadcasters for honoring us with it. I owe so much gratitude to the staff at Stable Recovery, particularly my co-founder and CEO, Christian Counselor, and my chairman of the board, Dan Pride, and Robert Osborne, who works tirelessly to fund, raise, to make our mission happen. And lastly, my right-hand man, Josh Bryant, who supports me every day. A big thank you to my brothers, Duncan, Ben, and Mark, for living out our Christian values, and all the TaylorMade team members for allowing us to start Stable Recovery and the School of Horsemanship. I can't express how thankful I am to all of the donors who believe in us and are making all this possible. Thank you to our strategic partners who trust and hire our graduates and give them meaningful work. Lastly, I thank God for giving us the horse, which has amazing healing powers for all men and women. This Eclipse Award is going on the mantle at Stable Recovery House for all the residents to see and know they helped to earn the most prestigious award in the industry. This award can motivate us to reach the following goals: to start a women's program, to double our strategic partners, to shine a positive light on our industry, showing how we are helping people to get sober and successful, to see Stable Recovery featured on the national news outlets such as Good Morning America, the Wall Street Journal, 60 Minutes, the Breeders' and Breeders' Cup telecast, to create a $25 million endowment by 2030, we have graduated 100 men and women from the program, and we reunited over 1,200 family members and saved countless lives. Let's keep this rolling, and God bless you all.
That is just amazing. Congratulations, Frank Taylor. How about one more round of applause? I mean, the work they are doing is life-changing indeed. Another organization we want to mention giving back is the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, which was presented with a check earlier tonight by the NTRA. I watched with my father's career, I mentioned he was a print journalist, how the industry changed with his time at USA Today. The paper turned into .com, and he fought to steer the change smoothly but quickly with the vision that people are going to be consuming their content quite differently and fast. So when we want to bring important stories about this sport, like the one we just saw, to the masses, now more than ever, it really is paramount to embrace new platforms, and also something I truly believe, the things that we in this room might think are just everyday non-newsworthy happenings in this sport, to the non-horse racing enthusiast, truly are compelling, oftentimes absolutely fascinating, and most often inspiring. The community work Frank Taylor is doing is just a perfect example of that. So here to present the Eclipse Media Award winner is media mogul, horse racing enthusiast, journalist, podcaster, host of At the Races with Steve Bick, Steve Bick.
Good evening. Thank you, Lindsay. The members of the National Turf Riders and Broadcasters are doubly privileged. We're privileged to be able to do a job that doesn't feel like work because we love the game and we love every aspect of it. And bringing the stories of the athletes, both human and equine, to horse players, to stakeholders, and to fans is just something that is such a pleasure. And the winners tonight really bring that enthusiasm and that dedication. And with that, let's look at the 6 Media Eclipse Award winners in writing, television, photography, and multimedia.
Resolute Racing's commitment to thoroughbred aftercare was the focus of the Multimedia Eclipse Award, honoring Sue Finley, her first Eclipse and the 4th in the category for the TDN, of which she is the publisher.
Thank you very much for this incredible honor. I'd like to thank our talented production team, Anthony and Aaliyah LaRocca at Bridal Vision, along with our TDN senior producer, Katie Petruniak. But mostly I'd like to thank John Stewart, not only for saving these 2 horses and others, but for starting a conversation in the horse racing industry about the very real problem of horse slaughter. Thank you.
The TDN also was honored with the Feature Commentary Award, with Lunching with Legends at Lil's, earning Chris McGrath his first Eclipse and the 5th for the TDN.
For this honour, I owe huge thanks to Sue Finley and the TDN team for providing a wonderful platform to share the kind of privilege I enjoyed in lunching with those 3 marvellous horsemen, Arthur Hancock, Ursel Ellis and Robert Copeland. Their wisdom, wit and welcome were typical of the many friends I feel so fortunate to have found in Kentucky.
The Photography Eclipse was awarded to now 2-time winner Scott Serio of Eclipse Sports Wire for his photo of Skippy Longstocking in the Mid-Atlantic Thoroughbred.
It's hard to express how grateful I am to have earned this award. I grew up reading Maryland Horse, seeing the amazing work by legends like Skip Ball and Cappy Jackson, and hoping to one day have my own photos next to theirs. This photo was published in what was Maryland Horse and is now Mid-Atlantic Thoroughbred. In addition to thanking my wife and daughters for their support, I would like to thank my Eclipse Sports Wire family, and I also want to thank Barry Reitler. She has been a guiding hand for racing publications for decades. She will let you know when your photos aren't up to standard, but when she likes an image, you have a pretty good chance of standing here accepting an award.
Sean Clancy of This Is Horse Racing and the Saratoga Special is also a repeat winner in the news category. He earned his 3rd Eclipse with his Travers Recap, 2 for the show.
Congratulations to all the winners and all the finalists tonight. I'm honored to be involved. To Fierceness, Torpedo Anna, and your connections. I wrote the story, you made the story. To Annie, Miles, Mom, Dad, Sheila, and my family and friends, thanks for the confidence and the camaraderie. To 25 years of the Saratoga Special, thanks to everyone who's made it happen. You know who you are. To Paul Halloran, Alec DeConza, Tom Law, and my brother Joe. Deadline artists, lifelong friends. Here's to the next 25.
The television feature Eclipse goes to NBC Sports for The Impossible Dream, focusing on trainer Larry Demerit's improbable road to the Kentucky Derby, produced by Rachel Goodman.
I'm honored to accept this award for our feature, The Impossible Dream, which tells the story of the courageous and incredibly joyful Larry Demerit. Larry's passion for this sport, perseverance, and faith is unmatched, and I feel incredibly fortunate that he trusted me and all of my colleagues at NBC to tell his story. Thank you to Larry, Harry Barucci, and the rest of the West Saratoga team for trusting us to tell your story and for sharing your dream with all of us.
NBC Sports coverage of the 150th Kentucky Derby won the network its 5th consecutive Eclipse Award for live television programming, and the 5th led by senior producer Lindsay Schanzer.
Thank you so much to the Eclipse Awards for recognizing NBC Sports for our coverage of this year's Kentucky Derby.
It is a once-in-a-lifetime experience to get to cover the 150th edition of an event, and while the Derby never disappoints, this was extra special with a three-way photo finish in one of the great races in the history of the event. So we were thrilled to be a part of it. I want to thank all of the hardworking men and women at NBC Sports who helped put this together. It's over 300 people on the crew, and of course our partners at Churchill Downs who make it all possible. Thank you.
Congratulations, Lindsay and crew, and to all of the recipients tonight. Congrats. Well, I would like to, if it's okay, to share a story about the NFL, and it involves the Steelers. Tom Rooney, you're welcome. The best coaches in the NFL, I'm sure this won't surprise you, are the ones who know how to communicate well and really get to the heart of their players, because we know how different players all are, right? Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin does something he calls a coffee lap each morning. And what he does is he arrives at the facility in Pittsburgh at the crack of dawn. He gets all of his business, work stuff all out of the way, and then he's got time as his players and the personnel from the team are coming in the door to just grab his cup of coffee, his work is done, and he walks around just so he can understand what their mindset is while they're walking in. And he does that because he understands if there's one thing that's different, then he knows that maybe something's off. It's his way of communicating. He does it to get the feel for how his people are. And I believe that NFL coaches could actually learn a thing or two from horse trainers, because the relationship between a trainer and a horse is much more than X's and O's on the racetrack. It's care and wellness, it's drive and fight with a player who doesn't communicate with words. It takes a special, dedicated type of person to do it day after day. And we know you've had your coffee lap well before Tomlin even arrives at the facility, right? Here are the finalists for Outstanding Trainer.
The finalists for trainers were prominent on big days throughout the year. Four-time winner Chad Brown's career already had the aura of lasting success. He led all trainers by earnings. His wins included 15 Grade 1s and 47 graded races overall to top both trainer lists. Horse of the Year finalist Sierra Leone was one of Brown's many stars. Two-time winner Brad Cox was closing fast for a third nod, with earners of $28 million, including 33 graded stakes. His year was highlighted by champions Idiomatic and Immersive. Kenny McPeek's year of highlights included the magical 2 days of the Kentucky Oaks and Kentucky Derby. Torpedo Anna and Mystic Dan led McPeek to complete the first such trainer double in more than 70 years.
And the Eclipse Award for Outstanding Trainer goes to Chad Brown.
This is the fifth Outstanding Trainer Eclipse Award for Chad Brown, who won the honor consecutively from 2016 to 2019.
Well, I was far from certain from being up here tonight, so that can only mean one thing. I finally beat Ken McPeek in a photo. So if you want to trade photos, I'll take the Derby if you want this. I'll give it to you. Believe me. So this is the most prestigious team award in all of horse racing, and I'm here tonight accepting it on behalf of my team. I want to thank them for all of the hard work and sacrifices they made all year. I also want to thank our wonderful clients that supplied us with so many great, talented horses to work with. I want to thank all of those horses. What an outstanding group, diverse group, all different categories, young, old, turf, dirt, and we can't do it without those horses. The brave jockeys, all of you that went out there and gave it your all and really came through under high-pressure situations, thank you. All of our business partners and vendors that give us the resources and training facilities, safe facilities to train at, all the support to make sure the horses are healthy and on track, all the racing officials, everyone, thank you for that. And hello to my mom and dad, my daughter Ava and Andy, thank you for all your support. Thank you.
The jockey division includes instances of unprecedented success among finalists Tyler Gaffalione, Irad Ortiz Jr., and Flavian Pratt. Former Eclipse Award-winning apprentice jockey Tyler Gaffalione found himself in contention for a journeyman title, finishing third on the earnings list with nearly $30 million. In 2024, Gaffalione won 7 Grade 1 races, including 2 aboard male turf finalist Carl Spackler. 5-time Eclipse Award winner Irad Ortiz had another outstanding season, leading all North American riders with 327 wins and was second in total earnings. He topped 4,000 career victories on his way to earning 34 graded stakes wins and 6 Grade 1s. Nominated for the 4th consecutive year, Flavian Pratt set a record for graded stakes victories in a single year with 56, breaking Jerry Bailey's long-held standard. Pratt also set the record for overall stakes wins with 82 and led all riders in earnings last year. Highest of highlights included the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic win on Sierra Leone among 16 Grade 1 scores.
To present the award for Outstanding Jockey, please welcome 7-time Eclipse Award-winning jockey Jerry Bailey.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for coming tonight. Right off the bat, I just want to acknowledge our friends and colleagues who are among thousands in California fighting for their lives out there and going through just a horrendous ordeal. We're cheering for you and thinking of you. So it's also my pleasure to be part of a great NBC team bringing you the most high-quality thoroughbred racing from January all the way through November. Great team. Appreciate you, NBC, and we're glad to bring it to you fans. The 3 jockeys that you just saw, I can't explain to you enough the dedication and the sacrifice and the time away from their families that these guys spend trying to win awards like this. It is unbelievable, and my hat is off to all of them. And the records that some of them have set this year, God bless you guys. And the winner for Jockey of the Year is Flavian Pratt.
This is the first Outstanding Jockey Eclipse Award for Flavian Pratt. He's coming off a record-breaking year in 2024.
Good evening, everyone. First, I would like to express my gratitude to the voters and the NTRA. It's truly an honor to be here tonight and to receive this award. It's a lot of hard work, dedication, and it could have been done without the support of all the owners, the trainers, their dedicated staff, and the horses, of course. I would like to thank my agent, Brad Pegram, for his fantastic work. My travel agent, Stretch, my personal trainer, Enric and Ryan, my valet, Mr. Clout, who was my first mentor when I was in France and made the honor to be here tonight. I also would like to mention the first people who welcomed me in this country, Leonard Powell, Derek Lawson, and Richard Mandela. And last but not least, my family, my friends, my wife, for their incredible support and love. I love you, and thank you very much.
I remember when Flavian left California, moved his tack to the East Coast a few years ago, chasing that Eclipse Award. Now that he has it, any chance that he comes back? Brad, permanently? No? Yeah, I didn't think we'd be that lucky. How's our pace? How's everybody feeling tonight? Yeah? Well, I mentioned pace because of our next category. I will never forget the scene after the Breeders' Cup Sprint this year. Thousands, or at least what felt like thousands of people, trying to make their way into the winner's circle at Del Mar. I got my producer in my ear. Where's Dan? Does anybody see Dan? Can't find the trainer anywhere. I'm going to lose my job. Where is the trainer, Dan Blacker? Well, he's amongst the sea of his owners. The chaos of that moment, though, as you could see, was also the beauty of it. Thousands of people, first fans and now owners, celebrating in a collected victory. That is the snowball effect of introducing someone to this sport. They come racing, have a great time. Next thing you know, they own part of a racehorse and tell all of their friends to do the same. That connection to the sport, that creation of a fan is at the heart of tonight's theme. And I really can't think of another category that better embodies it than male sprinter and its finalists tonight. So let's see them. Here are the 3 talented speedsters for champion male sprinter.
The sprint division traditionally rewards pure speed along with racing class, and this year's finalists fit well into history. Cogburn even earned the unique word fastest. He won the swiftest 5.5 furlong race in history in taking the Grade 1 Jaipur Stakes on grass in under a minute. Just one of his 3 2024 stakes wins.
Cogburn dominates the Jaipur, wins by 4.5.
Straight No Chaser punctuated his abbreviated campaign, saving his best for the climactic moment in the division when he won the Cy Games Breeders' Cup Sprint at Del Mar.
Straight No Chaser in the Breeders' Cup Sprint.
The Chosen Brawn had long since gathered a Western fan base with consistent longevity as well as speed. The 6-year-old's 5-race win streak during the year included the Grade 1 Bing Crosby.
The Chosen Brawn is just absolute class.
They each brought such a unique set of fans to this sport, and what a joy they each were to watch. So without further ado, the Eclipse Award for champion male sprinter goes to Straight No Chaser.
Straight No Chaser clinched the Eclipse Award with his win in the Breeders' Cup Sprint at Del Mar. Owned by about 2,000 people that make up my racehorse and trained by Dan Blacker, Straight No Chaser was bred in Kentucky by John Eaton and Steve Lehman and ridden in his 3 starts last year by Johnny Velasquez.
It's nice to be back. I just want to thank, it takes an army to get here. I want to start off by thanking my wife for allowing me to kind of go on this crazy venture with my racehorse. Straight No Chaser was a really interesting horse. We had basically had a meeting that we wanted to go in and find a good value horse, so we turned to the Bloodstock team. Nick Hines, big part of it, Robert Watchman, Phil Hager, went to Timonium, found this horse. Turned it over to Dan Blacker, who did an amazing job with this horse. Amazing. We bought you a talented horse, but he was definitely some trouble, and you did an amazing job. The patience, the communication. He made it so fun for all 953 owners. And I do want to thank all 953 right now, so real quickly, no, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. But we did bring Jim O'Sullivan and Will Diaz, who owned this horse. And we wouldn't be here without the partners, so we're so appreciative of that. So thank you. This is just an incredible moment. Thank you.
What a group. Congratulations, everybody. We got fun stuff coming backstage. This is awesome. One of the greatest gifts I received this past year was to have a chance to go to the NHC, the National Horseplayers Championship. I had no idea what I was in for. I wasn't competing, but it definitely made me want to. I knew going into it that horse players are such a huge part of the sport of thoroughbred racing, but I was blown away when I got to Vegas, really, of the spectacle of it all and how it goes beyond the game. I still, in fact, think about this one family I met there. It was the parents, the brothers, the sisters, the grandparents, the aunts and the uncles. They all qualified, and they were all there at 2 tables. And so I was like, God, think about what their holiday dinners are like, right? How much fun would that be? But it really taught me the buzz of the energy in that room, that the camaraderie represented to me the theme of belief, and that with hard work and a little luck, anything can happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to introduce you to the 2024 Horseplayer of the Year, Mike Gillum.
Hello, very excited to be here. On behalf of the 765 NHC qualifiers and all horse players across the country, I would like to thank each and every owner and each and every trainer and breeder and jockey and horse track for giving us this game. You know, life can be short and sometimes hard, and for all the excitement and enjoyment and pleasure we get out of this game, it is so much appreciated, so thank you all so much. Special thanks to the NTRA and Caesars and Horseshoe Indy and Steve Bick, and to my late father and to you, Mom. Thank you for introducing me to this game. And to my family, Olivia, Hank, Sophia, Ryan, and Allie, and to my beautiful and amazing wife, Amy. I love you all so much. Thank you.
With its implicit connections to this year's Triple Crown, last year's 2-year-old male division shines the spotlight on Chancer McPatrick, Citizen Bull, and Gaming. Chancer McPatrick won the climactic Hopeful Stakes at Saratoga, and then at Aqueduct added another Grade 1 win in the Champagne Stakes.
And Chancer McPatrick wins the Champagne impressively and punches his ticket to the Breeders' Cup.
In the West, trainer Bob Baffert's usual cavalry of contenders brought the brightest attention to Citizen Bull. After winning the Grade 1 American Pharoah Stakes, Citizen Bull came right back to win the FanDuel Breeders' Cup Juvenile at Del Mar.
Citizen Bull and Martin Garcia to win.
Gaming also made his name in the West. He had preceded his runner-up role in the Breeders' Cup with a victory in the Grade 1 Del Mar Futurity.
But Gaming has won the Del Mar Futurity in style.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President and Chief Executive Officer of Keeneland Association and Chair of the National Thoroughbred Racing Association, Shannon Arbin.
Thank you all. Keeneland is pleased to once again sponsor tonight's Eclipse Awards. This is always such a special event and such a special night because it's a time that we take a moment to sit back and celebrate our wins in this sport, and to honor the extraordinary horses and the people whose teams have accomplished those wins. As everybody in this room knows better than I, it takes a whole team to make those wins. Certainly the horse, the grooms, the exercise riders, breeders, trainers, jockeys, agents, owners, and their grit, determination, and passion to develop a champion. Keeneland is proud to have played a part in many of the champions' journeys, from our sales ring to the racetrack, and to have watched them succeed on racing's biggest stages. This outstanding trio of finalists for Champion 2-Year-Old Male bring great hope, anticipation, and excitement to our fans who will follow them in their 3-year-old year and beyond, and in the classics of 2025. And the Eclipse Award goes to Citizen Bull.
A 2003 Keeneland September yearling sale graduate, Citizen Bull is trained by Bob Baffert and bred in Kentucky by Robert and Luana Lowe. He is owned by a large group of owners, many of whom call themselves the Avengers, and was ridden to victory in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at Del Mar with Martin Garcia.
Shannon. Thank you very much. This is so exciting. I want to thank our turf riders for bestowing this wonderful award on Citizen Bull. Of course, his trainer, Bob Baffert, and his jockey, Martin Garcia, and the exercise rider and the grooms, and my fantastic partners, who are a very fun group, SF, Starlight, Matacat, Diane Bashor, Determined, Bet Masterson, Tom Ryan and his new mustache, Waves Edge Capital, and Catherine Donovan. And we had a blast together. So it's the joy of being in a team that really has fun and has fun winning. I do want to mention that this trophy we are being presented will go to one of the Starlight partners, couples Bob and Lucy Lewald, who lost their home in the recent fires. And we hope that this trophy can be in their new residence and give them something to look forward to. So, on behalf of all of us, thank you very much, and let's keep winning.
The finalists in the male turf category included a pair of 4-year-olds and the globe-trotting 6-year-old Rebels Romance. Carl Spackler had 2 Grade 1 wins in his streak of 3 consecutive scores, highlighted by the Coolmore Turf Mile at Keeneland.
Carl Spackler wins the Coolmore Turf Mile.
From 6 starts, Johannes added a season-ending graded stakes triumph to add to his earlier streak of 4 consecutive graded wins. They included the Grade 1 Shoemaker Mile.
But it's Johannes to win the Shoemaker Mile.
Rebels Romance was a world traveler whose resume already included a 2022 Longines Breeders' Cup Turf win. Last year, the gelding had Grade 1 wins in Dubai, Hong Kong, and Germany before returning for the Breeders' Cup.
Rebels Romance, a Breeders' Cup winner again.
Welcome the Vice Chairman of the Kentucky Horse Racing and Gaming Corporation, Charlie O'Connor.
Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a great night it is here tonight at the Breakers, and congratulations to all the people who've been chosen for the awards and won the awards. And it's my great pleasure to be here tonight to present the male champion turf horse. And the winner is Rebels Romance.
A winner in Asia, Europe, and North America, Rebels Romance is owned and bred in Ireland by Godolphin. The son of DeBowie's, trained by Charlie Appleby, and was ridden in all races last year by William Buick.
Just showing off my reflexes there. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to say thank you to Resolute Racing, thank you to the NTRA, thank you to the National Turf Riders Guild, thank you to all of our sponsors, and especially thank you to all of you who voted for Rebels Romance. This was a very competitive category, so I would like to say congratulations to tonight's finalists also. He likes to keep his bags packed, and he likes to keep his passport on the ready by his bedside locker. He loves his travel, but fortunately he loves his racing even more. Rebels Romance has been a fantastic horse, and on behalf of Charlie Appleby and the entire team back at Newmarket, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you for this award. It means a great deal. Thank you very much, folks.
The category for older dirt male illustrates variety. 2 finalists had their best wins at 1 mile, while the other was best in sprints. One of the milers, Full Serrano, previewed his talent with 2 seconds and 1.25 miles, first in his native Argentina and then in the FanDuel Racing Pacific Classic. His signature victory then came in the Big Ass Fans Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile.
Full Serrano in the Dirt Mile.
2023 Preakness winner National Treasure had already shown his affinity for the mile in that year's Breeders' Cup. And the biggest win in 2024 came in the Grade 1 Hillendale Metropolitan Handicap.
National Treasure, devastating them in the Hillendale Metropolitan Handicap.
The third candidate was the speedy straight no chaser. His campaign was brief but powerful, with wins in the Santa Anita Sprint Championship before his Grade 1 triumph in the Cy Games Breeders' Cup Sprint.
Straight no chaser in the Breeders' Cup Sprint.
Congratulations to all finalists based out of Southern California. You've heard it a lot here tonight. Devastating images coming out of Southern California. So we are thinking of you, the racing community at its core. 1,000% is a family, and we are here for you. So hopefully this, for these California-based runners, provides some semblance of happiness. So without further ado, your champion, older dirt male, is National Treasure.
Just 1 year ago, National Treasure won the Pegasus World Cup Invitational at Gulfstream Park. He was bred in Kentucky by Peter E. Blum Thoroughbreds and trained by Bob Baffert.
Watch that clock. All right, I got to get going. The clock started. So I'd like to start by thanking Bob Baffert and his team, especially Jimmy and Mike. We obviously wouldn't be up here without you. I'd like to thank Donato Lani for picking this horse out for us. There was no one better at that job than you. Eric Garcia, his exercise rider, Rolando Cruz, his groom. Obviously, thank you to both of you. Johnny V, Flavian, for riding him. To our partners, Jack Wolf and the Starlight team, Barbara Banke, Greg and Sue Slager, Bat Masterson, and Gavin and Catherine Murphy, best partners that anybody could ever ask for. A special thanks to Tom Ryan for the work he does with this group and for his leadership. There's no one I'd rather win and lose with. To my Madigat partners, Steve, Jim, Ted, and Jeff, as well as Johnny P. and Amanda, thank you for everything you do. And lastly, I wanted to thank my dad, who's here with me tonight. I can't remember a time where you weren't right by my side for really every big thing that's ever happened for me. So thank you for being my best friend and for being here tonight. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Got to get the Avengers off stage.
Yes. So Britt's a fan of pop music. It's okay that I shared that, right?
Yeah, no surprise.
I love country, and one of my favorite country artists is Eric Church. Eric Church fans in here? Yes.
We got one.
Great. Oh, come on. Many more than one. He wrote a song about what he learned from his 3-year-old son. It's one of my favorites. And my favorite verse is, I'm not going to sing, but a garbage can's a darn good spot to hide truck keys. Why go inside when you can go behind a tree? Walking barefoot through the mud will knock the rust right off your soul. I learned that from my 3-year-old. So 3-year-olds, human or horse, although both mischievous, will really grab you by the heart, right? What we learn from the 3-year-old males we honor and the teams around them tonight is the value of hard work and determination, perseverance through adversity, and the refusal to give up on a dream. If the Kentucky Derby marked a moment of groundbreaking achievement, D. Wayne Lucas's win in the Preakness reminded us that legends can always rise again.
Well, the Belmont, a historic race, at a historic but different location, I saw groups' unwavering faith in their horse rewarded. Now that was just the Triple Crown. As the season continued to unfold, the victories were spread far and wide across different horses, making the division ever unpredictable, but all that more exciting.
And all culminating in the Breeders' Cup Classic, where 2 colts, who had each fallen short in the Triple Crown races, gave everything for glory, cementing this season's story of grit, surprise, and an unrelenting pursuit of greatness.
I always love the 3-year-old category. So, here are tonight's finalists for champion 3-year-old male.
No horse won more than one Triple Crown race in 2024, but the classic races included all 3 of the finalists in the 3-year-old male division. Dornick scored his Grade 1 victories back-to-back. He won the Naira Betts Haskell at Monmouth after winning the classic Belmont Stakes in its temporary home in Saratoga.
Dornick, and my frame, it will be Dornick!
A champion at 2, Fierceness won the Grade 1 Curlin Florida Derby early at 3, and then roared back to live up to his name after the Triple Crown, including an epic DraftKings Travers Stakes.
Fierceness, Torpedo Anna, in an absolutely dramatic conclusion. The champ is back!
Sierra Leone won the Grade 1 Toyota Bluegrass and was in the scrum in the Derby, Belmont, and Travers. Then came his all-conquering performance in the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic.
Sierra Leone close to home. Sierra Leone does it in the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Please welcome President and Chief Executive Officer of the Breeders' Cup, Drew Fleming.
On behalf of our breeders and nominators from across the globe, it's an absolute honor to be here this evening to celebrate the best of our sport. In this category, the stakes were never higher. From the Florida Derby, the Bluegrass Stakes, the Belmont, the Whitney, the Travers, the Haskell, and the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic, the competition simply could not have been better. But not only were the horses great, the owners, the breeders, the trainers, the grooms, the hot walkers, the bettors, and all their connections that make our sport so special when we're all in this together. The Eclipse Award finalists are... No, I guess. And the winner is Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone is owned by Peter Brandt, Mrs. John Magnier, Michael Tabor, Derek Smith, Westerberg, and Brooke Smith, and trained by 5-time Eclipse Award winner Chad Brown. He was bred in Kentucky by Debbie Oxley.
I just want to thank everybody, and especially to John Stewart and Chelsea for putting on this event. You do want to listen to me. Mr. Brandt is going to do the talking.
Thank you for this great honor on behalf of the owners of Sierra Leone, the Magner family, Michael Tabor, Derek Smith, George Van Opel, and thank you very much for them. And I'd like to take the opportunity now to thank Chad Brown. I'm sorry, Brooke as well. I'm sorry, Brooke. I'd like to thank Chad Brown and his team, fantastic team. Great organization. Chris Bond, who's his rider and who's done a tremendous job communicating with Chad, and straightening his horse out and making him the champion that he is. It's been a great year, and we really enjoyed. I mean, I want to thank Sierra Leone for providing us with one of the greatest thrills of my life. And Stephanie, my wife, we were, by his side all the time as through all the races, and just unbelievable ride and unbelievable. I also want to thank the jockeys. I think that they did a great job, both of them, and thank you very much.
Let's go! Boom!
Well, that is the kind of energy we need as we get to the final award of the night. Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh. No. This is here.
I think I don't know what table you are over there, but you're having a lot of fun, aren't you? We appreciate that. We appreciate that. Yes, but we've made it to the final award of the night, Horse of the Year.
Yes, where we honor a horse whose brilliance, heart, and of course consistency have captivated us all and really summed up this racing season.
So once again, here are 3 deserving finalists for Horse of the Year.
The finalists for Horse of the Year all are Eclipse Award champions. Fierceness showed the brilliance of 3 that won him the Eclipse Award as a 2-year-old, holding his top form in a campaign that lasted from February through November. Sierra Leone had a similar campaign with similar results. His 1.5-length win in the Breeders' Cup fulfilled the promise he had shown and would give him the divisional championship. Torpedo Anna was never defeated in her own division en route to her championship coronation, but her greatness may have been defined when finishing second in the Travers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President and Chief Executive Officer of the NTRA, Tom Rooney.
Thank you. Well, I'm it. So after this, we're done. So thank you very much for all attending and coming to Florida. Sorry about the weather, but next week it'll be back in the 80s, so hopefully you stay around. I got one quick story I want to say before we get to the Horse of the Year, and I just want to say it for all the people that are watching on TV that, are looking at all the people in this room all dressed up nice and having a great time and, thinking about our sport and the leaders that are in this room and how much work we have to do. A couple of years ago, I bred a horse to one of my mares, to a stallion at Pleasant Acres up in Ocala, Wilson actually, named Ride on Curlin, who's no longer a stallion, but somehow this horse got to the Preakness. I remember being at the Preakness, standing next to Gatewood Bell from Keeneland, being like, Gatewood, does my horse have any chance of winning this race? He's like, you've got no chance. I'm like, do I have any chance of placing? He's like, that horse is coming in last. So race starts, break out of the gate, first turn, Coffee with Chris is in second. I'm looking at Gatewood, I'm like, comes in dead last. So that was a great moment, Maryland bred, Florida sired. I got another one that I had at Gulfstream, Dale Romans, my golf partner today. And horse first start out, comes in dead last. Buyer speed figure, 4. Not this other figure, this Raison thing or whatever. So I'm like, Dale, what am I supposed to do? And he's like, she might make a good brood mare. So we sent her up to Ocala Stud. Thank you to the O'Farrell girls here from Ocala Stud for doing their presentations tonight. So we're going to breed to Colonel Liam up there, and hopefully things get better. But my point of my story is there's a lot of people that get into this game and find themselves in a situation very similar to me, with a very strong Italian wife who is like, why do we do this? We don't make any money. It's because I think everybody in this room loves this game and loves the chance that maybe we could all get up here someday and get one of these trophies and stand in a winner's circle with a jockey like, Irad or Flavion or any of these great trainers and just the blessings I've had meeting Jason Worth and hanging out in Toby Keith's touring bus one year and being the CEO of the NTRA, the leadership of our sport, with our chair, Shannon Arvin, and everybody that's trying to make a difference for us and make our sport, continue to make our sport the greatest in the world. With champions like tonight and our Horse of the Year, Torpedo Anna.
Torpedo Anna joins Rachel Alexandra as the only 3-year-old fillies to be voted the Eclipse Award for Horse of the Year. Torpedo Anna is owned by Brookdale Racing, Mark Edwards, Judy Hicks, and Magdalena Racing, and trained by Kenny McPeak. In 2004, she won 6 races under jockey Brian Hernandez Jr., capping it off with the Longines Breeders' Cup Distaff.
So I'm going to quickly turn this over to Judy. But look, first of all, I've got a fantastic team of guys, office staff that helped with all this. You know, it all happens with this fantastic group of people that are working their tails off every day. And whether it's getting a horse from point A to point B or getting to the winner's circle, you know, quickly, Robbie Alvarado gets on horses. Kevin Ryan rolls them up and down the road. Greg Moorhead rolls them up and down the road. My beautiful daughter, my wife, keeps me in line, which is the hardest part. She says, can we go on vacation and not go to a racetrack? Do we have to go racing? So I'm going to leave it to Judy. Thanks for this. It's been a fantastic ride, and it's only started. She's going to keep running.
Oh, yeah.
I got to start my clock back there. Thank you. And to say that we are not honored is a gross misunderstanding. As to reiterate what previous recipients of earlier awards have said tonight, it's the culmination of so many things. You have to have a stallion. You have to have a mare. You hope you get your mare to the breeding shed before May. You get this mare in foal. You foal this foal out in the middle of the night in the ice storms. You feed it. You hope to feed it properly. Fast Anna, our short-lived Fast Anna, contributed speed. Our great late Uncle Mo contributed overall class. And one other person, last but not least, Kenny McPeak, for his unseen keen eye of seeing her untappable talent, and to the fan base who's followed her from coast to coast to coast. We are privileged to have the Horse of the Year, Torpedo Anna.
And Brookdale Racing, one of our main partners, unfortunately wasn't here tonight. It's been a fantastic ride.
Congratulations. That was lovely. Oh my goodness.
Wow,
What
how
an
about
evening.
that girl power?
I know. This has been such an incredible evening. Just a huge congratulations to everyone, not only all the recipients, but everyone in this room tonight for just all the accomplishments, the fun over this year.
And we brought God with us.
Yes.
How about Kate and Brad, our ladies and gentlemen? Such a soothing voice.
Now, how about our hosts, our amazing hosts, and plenty of time for the after party?
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes.
That's what we've been waiting for. Again, congratulations to all finalists, all winners. We all know how difficult it is to get here. A very special night. We're honored to be with you. And to our fearless leader, Amy Zimmerman, who's in our year.
Yes.
Thank you.
Go, Amy. We love you, Amy.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Congratulations,
Salute.
everybody.
Enjoy.
Salute.
Cheers.